Genesis chapter 1, verse 16. And God made two great lights. This was his own work, which he himself did, and not by another, and may be particularly observed to express the folly of idolaters in worshipping these luminaries, which were the creations of God, and were placed by him in the heaven to serve some purposes on earth beneficial to men, but not to be worshipped. These two, quote, great lights, unquote, are the sun and the moon, and they may well be called great, especially the former, for the diameter of the sun is reckoned to be about 800,000 miles, according to Mr. Durham. Its apparent diameter is computed at 822,145 English miles. Its ambit is 2,582,873 miles, and its solid contents at 290,971, and 12 zeros afterwards. The lowest account makes the sun 100,000 times bigger than the earth, and according to Sir Isaac Newton, it is 900,000 times bigger. The moon's diameter is to that of the earth is about 27%, or 2,175 miles. Its surface contains 1,400,000 square miles. It is called great, not on account of its corporeal quantity, for it is the least of all planets excepting Mercury, but because of its quality as a light, it reflecting more light upon the earth than any besides the sun. The greater light to rule the day, not to rule men, though the heathens have worshipped it under the names of Moloch and Baal, which signify king and lord, as if it was their lord and king to whom they were to pay homage, but to rule the day, to preside over it, to make it, give light in it, and continue it to its proper length, and in which it rules alone, the moon, nor any of the other planets then appearing. This is called the, quote, greater, unquote, light, in comparison of the moon, not only with respect to its body and substance, but on account of its light, which is far greater and stronger than that of the moon, and which indeed receives its light from it, the moon being, as is generally said, an opaque body, and the lesser light to rule the night. To give light then, though in a fainter, dimmer way, by reflecting it from the sun, and it rules alone, the sun being absent from the earth, and is of great use to travelers and sailors. It is called the lesser light, in comparison of the sun. Astronomers are of an opinion, as Calmet observes, that it is about 52 times smaller than the earth and 4,150 times smaller than the sun. But these proportions are otherwise determined by the generality of modern astronomers. However, they all agree that the moon is abundantly less than the sun, and that it is as a light we all know. He made the stars also to rule by night. Psalms 136, verse 9. Not only the planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Venus, but the vast numbers of stars with which the heavens are bespangled, and which reflect some degree of light upon the earth, with the several constellations, some of which the Scriptures speak of as Arcturus, Orion, Pleiades, and the chambers of the south. Job chapter 9, verse 9, and Job 38, verse 31. Though some restrain this to the 5 planets only. On the 4th day, the luminaries came into existence. Since God has foreknowledge, he understood the nonsense of the foolish philosophers who were going to say that these things produced on earth came from the stars, so that they might set God aside. In order, therefore, that the truth might be demonstrated, plants and seeds came into existence before stars. For what comes into existence later cannot cause what is prior to it.